Hi there. Good Thursday morning. Tensions escalating between the U.S. and Iran overnight.
As that potential peace deal still hangs in the balance. It is May 28th. This is Today. Breaking overnight, new attacks threatening the fragile ceasefire in the Middle East. The U.S. launching a wave of strikes inside Iran. An American air base in the region then reportedly targeted. President Trump insisting he feels no pressure to end the war.
It's got to be perfect. I'm not going to do this. I didn't do this to get a crummy agreement.
We're live in the region and at the White House with the very latest. Stopping the spread. The U.S. putting new travel restrictions in effect this morning to deal with that alarming outbreak in Africa.
We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States.
All passengers from impacted countries now being funneled through just 4 U.S. airports for mandatory health screenings. We're live with the very latest. Search for answers. New video from the scene of that massive chemical tank disaster.
We're bracing ourselves for this being the deadliest industrial tragedy in modern Washington state history.
The death toll growing as search crews work to recover more victims and investigators try to figure out what went wrong. We'll take you there live straight ahead. On the record, former First Lady Jill Biden opening up like never before about that disastrous debate performance that led to the end of her husband's political career.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we had to do with, look.
I was frightened because I had never, ever seen Joe like that before or since.
Just ahead, her concerns that he was suffering a stroke on stage. New details. Kyle Busch's death certificate shedding more light on the NASCAR star's sudden death. What it reveals about the multiple health battles he faced in his final weeks and the questions that still remain unanswered. Those stories, plus, say it proud, y'all.
The car has since been recovered, but the suspect remains at large.
Inside the surprising movement online that has Americans from coast to coast suddenly embracing their very distinctive accents. And no Joshin.
It's Josh Allen!
Yes, I'm Josh Allen. That's me.
The NFL superstar and his teammates fan out across Buffalo to surprise kids with a day they'll never forget. Today, Thursday, May 28th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good Thursday morning to you. Welcome to Today. So happy that you decided to start your Thursday with us.
Yeah, we got a lot to get to, including our top story. The U.S. and Iran trading new strikes overnight, threatening the fragile ceasefire between the two countries. Iran saying it targeted an American air base in response to attacks by the U.S. military.
It all comes as President Trump insists he feels no pressure to make a deal to end the conflict. We'll start with NBC's Richard Engel. Richard, good morning.
Good morning, Craig. This truly is a roller coaster. One day we're talking about progress in ceasefire negotiations. Today, a setback with Iran and the United States trading fire after Iran claims American ships tried to force their way through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. and Iran once again exchanged fire overnight, sending oil prices rising and casting new doubts on peace talks. The latest exchange started around the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran closed after the U.S. and Israel attacked the country 3 months ago. Iranian media report Iranian forces first fired warning shots as American ships tried to pass through Hormuz without authorization, and that the U.S. military responded with strikes. An American official described the strikes as self-defense, shooting down multiple Iranian drones threatening American forces and commercial shipping, and attacking a control station inside Iran. Iran's Revolutionary Guard says it then responded by launching missiles at an American base in the Gulf. State media releasing footage it says shows that attack, although there's no way to verify when or where the footage was taken. U.S. Central Command saying Iran aimed a ballistic missile at Kuwait, where many U.S. forces are based, calling it, quote, an egregious ceasefire violation. President Trump speaking at the White House before the overnight clashes, the second in 3 days, threatened military escalation if diplomacy continues to fail.
They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but we will be. We will be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
He also repeated his demand that peace negotiators in the Gulf and beyond, who have seen their countries attacked and their economies shaken, owe it to Trump to sign the Abraham Accords, improving relations with Israel. Many Middle Eastern and Muslim majority nations oppose the agreement.
I would like to have them join the Abraham Accords. It'll be historic if they do it. And I think they owe that to us, to be honest.
American forces based in Kuwait were the suspected target of the failed Iranian ballistic missile attack, according to a U.S. official. Kuwait condemned the strike as a violation of its sovereignty. Craig?
Richard Engel on that breaking news for us this morning. Richard, thank you.
Also at that cabinet meeting, the president addressed the war's potential impact on November's midterm elections and brushed off concerns that it could hurt Republicans. NBC's chief White House correspondent Garrett Haake has that part of the story this morning. Garrett, good morning.
Savannah, good morning. President Trump has consistently defended the war as a national security necessity and said that any economic cost to Americans is both worth it and will fade once the conflict is over. But poll after poll shows this war to be deeply unpopular. And with the midterms looming, the president and top Republicans are now being pressed about how it will all affect their party's grip on control of Washington. This morning, as the strikes strain the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran, at home, President Trump defending the war, sitting next to his defense secretary.
They are starting to give us the things that they have to give us, and if they do, that's great. And if they won't, then the man on my left is going to finish them off.
The president insisting he's not concerned with the war's political consequences heading into the critical midterm elections, saying Iran's new leaders have misjudged him.
They thought they were going to outweight me. You know, we'll outweight him. He's got the midterms. I don't care about the midterms.
Polls show the war is broadly unpopular with the American people, with rising energy prices pushing up costs for consumers, threatening Republican control of Congress. Yesterday, the Republican Senate Majority Leader saying those costs will ease once the Strait of Hormuz opens, but adding,
well, the economic issues tend to be the issues that the American people vote on.
The president argues the Iranian regime is negotiating from a position of weakness.
They're negotiating on fumes.
The talks focusing on reopening the strait and potentially leaving thorny discussions over Iran's nuclear program and enriched uranium for later. The president says he won't accept a short-term agreement that would keep the strait under Iran's control.
The strait will open immediately, but it's got to be perfect. I'm not going to do this. I didn't do this to get a crummy agreement.
And asked about a deal in which Iran and Oman would share control of the waterway, the president threatened Oman, a U.S. ally.
Nobody's going to control it. It's international waters, and Oman will behave just like everybody else, so we'll have to blow them up. They understand that.
Among those thorny details, even if this deal moves forward, it will likely leave unanswered what happens to Iran's enriched uranium. That's the nuclear fuel buried by last summer's strikes, which could still be recovered and processed into fuel for a nuclear weapon. Well, at the cabinet meeting yesterday, the president rejected the idea that China or Russia could take control of that stockpile, and Iran has said that the U.S. can never take it, all of which makes a final resolution to one of the key motivators for this conflict all seem very far away. Savannah?
Garrett Haake on the North Lawn this morning. Thank you, Garrett.
Let's turn now to the growing Ebola crisis in Central Africa and its impact here at home. Travelers from the region are now being funneled into a few select U.S. airports for mandatory health screenings. NBC's Stephanie Gosk is at one of those airports. She's at JFK here in New York, where those screenings are set to start today. Steph, good morning.
Yeah, that's right, Craig. They're going to start late tonight. You know, the CDC put out an urgent call to its staff asking for volunteers at these airport screening operations. It's a huge logistical challenge to try to identify cases of Ebola if they arrive in this country and then stop the deadly virus from spreading.
This morning, 4 major American airports, now the exclusive entry points for any flights arriving from countries affected by the ongoing Ebola outbreak. Washington Dulles, Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta, Houston's George Bush Intercontinental, and New York's JFK will screen all passengers who have traveled to South Sudan, Uganda, or the Democratic Republic of Congo. According to the CDC, those travelers will head to a designated screening area, complete a brief questionnaire about their travel history and symptoms, have their temperature checked, and undergo additional health assessments if needed. Non-U.S. citizens returning from those nations, including green card holders, are temporarily banned from entering the country. Public health officials say screenings are crucial to stopping the virus from spreading.
That kind of screening is a really important part of making sure that we don't get people coming in with Ebola who we're not aware of.
The Trump administration also setting up a state-of-the-art facility in Kenya to treat affected Americans in the region, rather than bringing them home to the U.S.
The number one priority of our foreign policy is to protect the American people. We cannot and will not allow any cases of Ebola to enter the United States.
The Ebola outbreak in Central Africa, now the 3rd largest in history. More than 1,000 suspected cases and more than 200 people dead, according to the World Health Organization.
We are in the early stages of the outbreak. It is likely that there are more cases which are not yet detected. So it will take more humanitarian workers.
The CDC stresses there are no Ebola cases in the United States, and these advanced screenings, as well as the temporary bans, are preventative but necessary to keep the Ebola crisis from hitting the shores here. And right now, they say that the risk to the American public remains low, Craig.
All right, Stephanie Gosforth there from JFK. Steph, thank you.
Much more to get to, including new developments in that deadly chemical implosion in Washington state. That blast killed or injured at least 19 people. It could become the state's deadliest industrial accident ever. Well, the victims are now being remembered, and investigators are trying to determine what went wrong here. NBC's Morgan Chesky at the scene in Longview, Washington this morning. Morgan, good morning to you.
Yeah, Savannah, a quiet morning here after authorities have sealed off this plant entirely as these recovery efforts only intensify to try to locate those 9 employees still missing. This leaked substance so powerful, even firefighters reported damage to some of their own gear. And we're getting a closer look at the damage.
Revealing new video this morning capturing the devastation inside a Washington plant, moments after the implosion of a massive chemical tank.
3401 Industrial Way at Nippon for hazmat burn.
Footage obtained by an independent journalist showing trucks flipped over or even crushed. The leaking tank partially collapsed.
We're bracing ourselves for this being the deadliest industrial tragedy in modern Washington state history.
Authorities confirming at least 2 people are dead and 9 still missing from the implosion at Nippon Industries early Tuesday.
We do not have the ability to state that we have located all 9, nor the ability to state where those 9 were.
The tank was holding nearly 1 million gallons of white liquor, a sodium-based chemical used in paper manufacturing that can cause severe burns if not properly handled. The cause of the disaster still unknown.
We've used the word explosion, we've used the word implosion, I've also used the word failure. Indeed, there was a rupture, a failure, a blast. All of those to us mean the same.
Washington's Department of Labor and Industries has 2 ongoing investigations open at Nippon involving a tank valve and a sinkhole created by a failed drain. They say both are unrelated to Tuesday's incident. We're also learning more about some of the victims, including electrical engineer Rob Wilson, who's still missing. His sister-in-law writing, "Rob is loved by so many, especially his wife Crystal." Wilson worked with Gilbert Bernal, whose beloved children shared his legacy with Today.
I always tribute him for my work ethic because truly my dad is such a hard worker. Our whole lives, you've never seen him slow down.
The family and so many more in this hard-hit community now searching for answers about what went so horribly wrong.
And we've learned that officials with the Chemical Safety and Hazard Board should be back on site today trying to pinpoint the cause of this ruptured tank. In the meantime, officials are encouraging the public to stay away from local drainage areas until more water testing can be done out of concern for potential contamination. And we are hearing from the company who issued a statement expressing their sincerest condolences to the bereaved families. Savannah.
All right, Morgan Chesky, thank you very much.
Also this morning, a new interview with former First Lady Jill Biden is pulling back the curtain on what was ultimately President Biden's campaign-ending debate performance back in June of 2024. In a preview clip, Dr. Biden now admits she was frightened by what she saw, even fearing her husband was having a stroke on stage. NBC senior Washington correspondent Hallie Jackson here in the studio with more on this one. Hallie, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning to you. The former First Lady says she had never seen her husband behave like he did on that debate stage. At the time, she projected confidence after aides initially blamed a cold. But we're now learning for the first time that Jill Biden thought it was a much more serious medical issue. This morning, a stunning admission from former First Lady Jill Biden about then-President Joe Biden's 2024 debate against Donald Trump.
I was frightened.
In a clip from her new interview with CBS Sunday Morning, set to air in full this weekend, Jill Biden saying she feared a medical emergency.
I don't know what happened. I mean, as I watched it, I thought, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And it scared me to death.
That's after then-President Biden, in June of that year, took the debate stage in front of millions, delivering faltering answers.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
A debate performance widely panned as disastrous.
Until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
Jill Biden later walking the former president off the stage and at the time showing no signs of concern.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
The debate coming amid questions about the then 81-year-old's fitness for office after a special counsel report that described former President Biden as a, quote, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. In July, the former president would end his re-election bid, endorsing then Vice President Kamala Harris. You never saw anything like what happened at the debate night behind closed doors with him?
It was a bad debate. People have bad debates.
And now Jill Biden echoing that sentiment.
I had never, ever seen Joe like that before or since. Never.
Or since?
Yes, or
You've
since.
never seen him like
never.
that?
No.
And as Jill Biden is making news, so is her husband. The former president is now suing the Justice Department to try to block the release of audio recordings of his interviews with a ghostwriter for his 2017 memoir. A conservative think tank had filed for release of information that helped inform that special counsel report describing the former president's struggles with his memory. Unless this is blocked by a court order, Craig and Savannah, they're going to be released in a couple of weeks, mid-June.
All right. Hallie, thank you so much. Quick programming note, by the way. The former First Lady will join us right here in Studio 1A on Monday for her first live interview ahead of the release of her memoir.
All right, let's switch gears now. Get a first check of the weather. For that, we say the sartorially splendid Al Roker. Good morning to you.
Well, Johnny Carson called. He wants his jacket back. Anyway, good morning, everybody. We've got showers and thunderstorms stretching from Kansas all the way down into the Gulf. Before all is said and done through Saturday, from Florida all the way into Kansas, we're talking some places 2 to 4 inches of rain. And it's really, we saw the tornado season really kick off. We have no severe weather today, but in April, 306 reported tornadoes. That's 128% of average. But May, things calmed down. Only 53% of average, and that's great news. What happened? Well, basically, we saw 3 things. A frequent blast of cool Canadian air coming in. Jet stream energy was too far to the north, and because the ground is so dry due to a lot of drought, the thunderstorms were not quite as severe, and that's good news. We're going to get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's on taking and no giving. They just use your mind and you never get the credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5.
You'll be humming that all day. A little 9 to 5 at 7:30. And we're playing it because the Queen of Country is working on something special, a brand new experience near Nashville for her many fans. And Carson will tell us about it a little bit later in Pop Stars.
Well, that's a good tease. Looking forward to that. First, though, this half hour, we are going to start with some new details on the sudden death of star NASCAR driver Kyle Busch, his just released death certificate showing he could have been battling illnesses for weeks before his death 1 week ago.
NBC's Kaylee Hartung is here with more on this and what the autopsy report reveals. Hi, Kaylee.
Hey, good morning, guys. A very unusual sequence of medical events, as one medical expert described it to me, took Kyle Busch's life at just 41 years old. His death certificate is shedding new light on the seriousness of pneumonia and how fast it can turn deadly.
Final lap of the race. This morning, new answers to what led to the sudden death of NASCAR great Kyle Busch. After going from peak performance just 1 week prior, winning at Dover Motor Speedway, to tragedy when he died last Thursday. Now, his death certificate has been released. The Athletic saying the death certificate reveals Busch had bacterial pneumonia for days to weeks before his death, though testing hasn't been able to determine exactly what type of bacteria caused the infection. Just after finishing a race 2 weeks prior, he radioed for medical attention.
I'm going to need a shot.
And later shared that he was battling a lingering cough.
You can kind of still hear it. I'm still not great.
But that lung infection quickly progressed to sepsis and within hours caused disseminated intravascular coagulation and hemorrhagic shock.
Little blood clots kind of throughout the body, ends up trying to plug up a bunch of leaky holes as a result of the sepsis. In the process of building all those little clots, you essentially leave your entire body without the ability to control where blood is flowing.
NBC News obtained this 911 call from the day before his death.
He's on the bathroom floor right now.
After Busch passed out in a racing simulator.
Coughing up some blood.
Over the weekend, the racing world and his young family mourning the death of the winningest driver in NASCAR history.
All those people up in that grandstand are your family.
His death a seismic loss. Competitors and fans alike admiring his enduring impact.
Behind the wheel, fierce competitor. Off the track, a dad and husband and business owner, really has rocked us all in many different layers and levels.
And Dr. Patel believes the best takeaway here is that prevention and treatment are key. While this chain reaction Kyle Busch experienced is unique, pneumonia is quite common for Americans of all ages. There are treatments, but it requires prompt diagnosis and follow-up, guys.
All right, Kaylee, thank you. I want to turn to NBC News medical contributor Dr. John Torres for more. And Doctor, it's just an unfortunate sequence of events for sure, but what did this autopsy report reveal to you?
And what it revealed to me is, number one is, just how fragile as humans we can actually be at certain times in our life, especially if we're doing things that can get our body into that condition where we're constantly getting injured and having to repair those injuries. Our bodies only have so many repair facilities available. And once you get that point where he was on a spectrum of diseases, he started off with a sinus infection, progressed to pneumonia, progressed to sepsis, and then progressed to this thing called DIC, which is the deadly part of this whole thing. And so you can see how, imagine him being in a car, him getting constantly injured, and him basically having to repair his body constantly. After a while, it just starts breaking down.
What's DIC again?
Disseminated intravascular coagulation. What it is basically our body has clotting mechanisms because we're always injuring our blood vessels. We're always causing little micro injuries, and our body goes in there and it clots off those micro injuries, and then it dissolves the clot. With DIC, what happens is it starts clotting everything. It starts this hypercoagulation where it just starts throwing out these microclots everywhere because it's trying to compensate and trying to fix everything because sepsis is causing some bleeding. And then it gets to the point where all those coagulation factors, those clotting factors, they get used up. And so then it can't clot anymore, and so the bleeding starts.
He sounds like a sinus infection first that progressed to pneumonia. Is there anything about what he did for a living? Being in a race car that exacerbates a sinus infection more than, say, like what you and I would have.
Oh, 100%. And you and I driving down the road, not a big deal. We're in a car. They're made for comfort. They're made for driving long distances. His car is not made for comfort. It's made for speed. It is a rough ride. They're doing 4 Gs around corners. That G-force itself is putting 4 times the amount of pressure on his body. And so you can imagine his sinuses, which are just air cavities, if they're filled with infection, that infection is going to get driven further in, and then it can progress to pneumonia. He's never getting that chance to repair itself, that chance to rest, which as doctors, we're always, if you go to a doctor and you're sick, what's the first thing they tell you? You need to get some rest, right? And so these athletes at this level typically can't rest because of their schedules and they're trying to compete. And so it keeps this, basically this, again, a spectrum of the injuries happening, which the body's trying to fight and just simply can't at one point.
Dr. John, folks who might be watching or listening, you know, if you have a sinus infection or you're having some issues with your sinuses, maybe a persistent cough, how do you know when it's just that versus when you should actually go and see your doctor and talk about it?
And what I tell people all the time, and my patients in particular, you know your body better than anyone. And if you're at the point where you think, okay, this is kind of strange, it's lasted more than a few days, particularly if it's lasted more than a week, I need to get somebody to look at this. If I'm starting to get fevers, if I'm starting to feel under the weather, if I'm starting to just feel horrible, get somebody to look into it. And the Sepsis Alliance has put out a thing about sepsis itself called TIME. We talked about it earlier in the week. Temperature, do you have a temperature? I is illness. Are you having some kind of infection? M is mental decline. Are you showing any kind of confusion or anything like that? And then the E, extremely ill. And one of the quotes they put in there, which I have heard from plenty of patients, is, I feel like I'm going to die. That's a big red flag. If somebody tells you that, get them to a doctor.
All right. Dr. Torres, thank you. Good information. Appreciate it.
Coming up, inside the sentencing of Matthew Perry's assistant and what the beloved star's family is saying about the closure that it is finally giving them.
But first, who said regional accents are fading away, Craig?
I don't believe it.
No, we're going to take a look at something a little surprising. It's happening on social media. It may just preserve your region's distinctive dialects. Right after this. We're back, 7:42. This is a fun one. Something you may have noticed and heard. Regional accents appearing to have a moment on social media.
Yeah, they are, I reckon. But rather than trying to hide their dialects, more influencers, they're actually dialing them up. NBC's Joe Fryer joins us with more. Hey, Joe.
Hey there, good morning. Hey, perhaps you're packing a car in New England, or you're from my home state of Minnesota, where some folks might say a boot instead of about. That's big in Canada, too. Or maybe you fly a flag instead of flag. When I was growing up, maybe I felt a sliver of shame over my accent, but today for many, thanks to social media, it's a source of pride.
The car has since been recovered, but the suspect remains at large.
When Boston Globe reporter Emily Sweeney posted a video about a robbery,
A masked intruder broke into an $18 million waterfront mansion.
she stole the internet, especially when she said this.
The only person home at the time, a caretaker.
Caretaker.
I was not prepared for all the comments about how I spoke during the video. I think people are maybe nostalgic for regional accents.
The clip generated more than 3 million views across TikTok and Instagram. And she's not the only one going viral, whether sharing recipes with a thick New York accent.
And my grandmother, pasta bazia, we're going to do a pasta with peas.
Or a charming Louisiana drawl.
But in South Louisiana, we call that coffee milk.
Well, recent research indicates some accents are fading across parts of the South.
Then there was a tsunami.
They seem to be seeing a resurgence on screen.
Just checked on Baby Jane Doe. Looking good. Taking formula well.
Harkening back to the days of Fargo, don't you know?
They said they were going to the Twin Cities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, is that useful to you?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
And as the Washington Post reports, many social media personalities are now embracing their distinctive dialects.
You need to retch around and wrench it out before you put water in it.
Experts say the recent fascination online is a sign that younger generations are celebrating accents in a positive way.
I think anytime we recognize that accents are not only dividing us because they may make us sound different, but uniting us in that we all think of them in these beautiful, lovely ways.
Brooklyn's tough, but the Bronx is in the lungs.
A few years ago, SNL alum Fred Armisen famously tackled every North American accent.
Wisconsin's more Chicago than Chicago, Wisconsin.
For Emily Sweeney, one accent is enough, with her viral fame earning her a wicked new job title, social video journalist. How do you feel about that new opportunity?
This whole thing has been a whirlwind, and, I'm just glad that, there's an audience who's receptive.
By the way, she says she's being stopped on the street, asked for selfies, and then people request words. Most popular is saying Harvard. Now, as for me, as I said, I'm from Minnesota, and so I grew up, and then I went to college in Illinois, and people said, well, you don't really have a Minnesota accent. I was like, okay. And then I was anchoring a radio broadcast, and I said, This word, which you would say...
Agriculture.
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 What'd you say?
The Department of Agriculture is what I said. Big, flag,
I didn't know
dragon,
flag.
agriculture.
Whoa.
I still can't say your last name. Hey, I say Hager.
Hager.
So-
Take off your hoser.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You've got a pretty pronounced accent.
Says the guy from South Carolina.
Well, fair. But I love it. I think that's one of my favorite parts about you.
Yeah, I mean, somebody told me early on to get rid of the y'alls.
Yeah.
Somebody here that works here, and I was like, no, thank you.
Clearly you did not listen to them.
Yeah, I didn't.
And actually now we all say y'all. And I'm from Arizona. Where did that come from?
Well,
it's
close
fun, the
enough.
different. I mean, my grandmother was from Kentucky. She said wash instead of wash. Like I would do the wash.
Yeah.
You know that one?
I know wash.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of reckons.
Yes.
Do you find yourself when you go home after you're there for a day or two?
We were talking about this. Give me one margarita and a little bit of queso, and all of a sudden, you go down to South Carolina.
Right. Like a couple hours in, it's y'all.
Yeah.
5 minutes on the phone for me, and I'm dropping my ends. Don't you know?
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. It's fun. Thank you, Joe.
By the way, you can read more about this trend on our website, today.com. I reckon we should probably get a little check
We
of
should.
that.
Yeah, it was a banger.
Let's
All
go
right.
ahead.
What's the
You're
Queens
from
Act?
Queens, but you don't have.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, those of us of a certain age, when you went to college and broadcasting, they wanted you to have a general American accent.
Non-regional dialect.
Can you channel the Queens of
Yeah,
yesteryear?
I can't anymore.
Okay.
I've kind of they beating it out of me.
You wait a minute. You can't? All the impressions and accents?
Yeah, that's true.
I've lost it. I lost it.
I don't believe that.
I go, if you get me over to St. Albans, and I'll get back there. But in the meantime, we are looking at a gloomy start for June just around the corner. So because of this chill in the east, we got low pressure bringing in cooler than average air, warmer than average through the Midwest and down through the South. We're going to be looking at a really dreary start to June, and in fact, in the Northeast as well, with this front bringing showers to the Gulf and the Florida area. But as we get into mid-June, we're going to break that trend. High pressure is going to expand. We're going to have warmer than average temperatures from the Pacific Northwest all the way into the Southeast and mid-Atlantic states. It's going to be a little wetter down through the Southeast and in the Southwest. Otherwise, we're looking at drier than average conditions in the Northwest, normal every place else. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods, yeah. And that's your latest weather, guys.
All right, Carson's on his way. He'll be here with full pop start next hour. But the boost.
Okay, you guys, if you love football and surprises, you're going to enjoy this one. We're going to get to that and much more right after this.
All right. Feels like a really good time for a
I know.
boost.
Here, let's boost it. Okay, we've got a sweet surprise from an NFL superstar, the Bills quarterback, Josh Allen. Check out the moment he crashes recess at a local school in Buffalo. The reactions are priceless.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Come on, buddy. Go, Chuck. Nice. Yes, I'm Josh Allen. That's me. Yeah, got a number in my head. We're in 1 to 100, all right? Everybody's got to pick a different number. You're first. Oh, Charlie. 3, 5, 50, 16, 17. Yes,
Isn't that so cute? And we have to congratulate Josh because, of course, he just became a father himself, welcoming a baby girl with his wife, Haley Steinfeld.
It'll be a great day.
How fun! That's got to be the best part of the job.
Yeah.
It's
Let me
a
just show up
hero.
in Buffalo. He can go to any field
Right?
at any time
That's
and
great.
make someone's life.
Exactly.
Well done, Josh.
Cute. Still ahead this morning. Looks like Craig's going to tell us how to get to Sesame Street. We had a big night. There's your wife, Lynn.
That's really good.
See, you can do a regional accent.
Exactly.
Some of your favorite friends are there. Elmo, Big Bird.
They were all
Who
there.
else?
They were all there. Cookie was. It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, new strikes. Overnight, the U.S. and Iran exchanging attacks, threatening that fragile ceasefire. The escalating tensions coming as President Trump insists he feels no pressure to reach a peace agreement.
They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but we will be. We will be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
We're live from the region with the very latest. Then, troubling tanning trend. Teenagers laying out in the sun and skipping the sunscreen.
I noticed when I would wear sunscreen, I would end up getting more burnt than when I wouldn't wear sunscreen at all.
Doctors warning the consequences can be grim. Coming up, a report every family needs to see. Then, deeply personal. 6-time Olympic medalist Bodie Miller and his wife Morgan stopping by Studio 1A. Just ahead, their important message on water safety as the summer season gets underway. All that, plus your first look at season 4 of The White Lotus.
Then there was a tsunami.
Tina Fey on Finding the Funny with John Hamm.
His character got more and more insane once the writers realized he wanted to be funny and not handsome.
And Dolly Parton's surprising new project.
For service and devotion, you would think that
It's all ahead today, Thursday, May 28th, 2026.
I need you to hold on.
Visiting today from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Seward, Nebraska. Greenville, South Carolina. Santa Maria, California.
And Deary, Idaho. Just graduated from Pacific Christian University. Happy birthday, Mom. Girls trip from Michigan.
First time in New York City.
From Columbia, South Carolina.
Hi to our town, Stronghurst, Illinois. Married 50 years today.
Right, happy 50 years. Welcome back to today. Thank you so much for starting your Thursday morning off with us. Look at it's the best part of the year. The summer crowds that come out.
Summer
Weather's nice.
No more coats. Yeah. We got graduates out there. Fun. Something else to look forward to. This is coming up tomorrow. Willie's got a conversation with, Sir Paul McCartney, music icon, opening up about his new album, The Boys of Dungeon Lane, and the Beatles, of course, including his recent return to the iconic theater where Beatlemania here in the U.S. really began back in 1964.
Oh, really looking forward to that tomorrow. Right now, though, let's get to your news at 8. We're going to begin with those growing tensions in the Middle East. The U.S. and Iran trading new strikes overnight, threatening the already fragile ceasefire between the two countries. Let's get the very latest now from our chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. He is in Jerusalem for us. Richard, good morning to you again.
Good morning, Craig. This has been a real roller coaster. One day, we're talking about progress in ceasefire negotiations, and now yet another setback with Iran and the United States trading fire after Iran claims American ships tried to force their way through the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. and Iran once again exchanged fire overnight, sending oil prices rising and casting new doubts on peace talks. The latest exchange started around the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran closed after the U.S. and Israel attacked the country 3 months ago. Iranian media report Iranian forces first fired warning shots as American ships tried to pass through Hormuz without authorization, and that the U.S. military responded with strikes. An American official described the strikes as self-defense, shooting down multiple Iranian drones threatening American forces and commercial shipping, and attacking a control station inside Iran. Iran's Revolutionary Guard says it then responded by launching missiles at an American base in the Gulf. State media releasing footage it says shows that attack, although there's no way to verify when or where the footage was taken. U.S. Central Command saying Iran aimed a ballistic missile at Kuwait, where many U.S. forces are based, calling it, quote, an egregious ceasefire violation. President Trump, speaking at the White House before the overnight clashes, the second in 3 days, threatened military escalation if diplomacy continues to fail.
They want very much to make a deal. So far, they haven't gotten there. We're not satisfied with it, but we will be. We will be either that or we'll have to just finish the job.
He also repeated his demand that peace negotiators in the Gulf and beyond, who have seen their countries attacked and their economies shaken, owe it to Trump to sign the Abraham Accords, improving relations with Israel. Many Middle Eastern and Muslim-majority nations oppose the agreement.
I think they owe that to us, to be honest.
Kuwait and other Kuwait and other Gulf countries just a short while ago condemned Iran's ballistic missile attack, calling it a violation of Kuwait's sovereignty and international law. Craig?
Our chief foreign correspondent, Richard Ingleforce. Richard, thank you.
The personal assistant of beloved Friends actor Matthew Perry is now preparing to serve more than 3 years in prison in connection with the actor's death. In an emotional day in court, the family said they were betrayed by this assistant who they once considered to be a member of their family. NBC's Camila Bernal is in Los Angeles with more. Camila, good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. So in court, Perry's family said they thought his assistant, Kenneth Iwamasa, was the perfect person to help keep Perry, who had been open about his struggles with addiction, sober, and that if he ever slipped up, he should call the family. But ultimately, he did not warn them, and Perry's mother saying she is heartbroken. Perry's assistant apologizing to the family for his role in his death. More than 2.5 years after actor Matthew Perry's death, a judge sentenced his assistant, Kenneth Iwamasa, to 41 months in prison, followed by 2 years of supervised release.
Kenny, do you want to say anything to the family?
What would you like to say? Anything you want to say?
I'm horribly sorry, and I wish I could turn back time.
Iwamasa is the last of 5 defendants to be sentenced in connection with the death of the Friends star. Speaking after sentencing, Iwamasa's attorney saying that the assistant always acted at the direction of Perry.
And as his employee, Kenny wishes he could have had the strength to push back and say no. And for that, he'll always be remorseful.
Perry's stepfather, Keith Morrison, speaking to him directly in court.
When you were talking to Kenny, the one thing you made sure he understood was that he should have called you.
Yes. Well, he knew that from the very beginning. He was told that repeatedly. You see any evidence of drug-related activity, you know who to call. And we were all on speed dial. It would have taken him 10 seconds, and he would have solved the problem. I don't think he wanted to solve the problem.
In October of 2023, Perry was found dead in his jacuzzi from the acute effects of ketamine, which prosecutors say was obtained and injected by Iwamasa. The judge telling Iwamasa his conduct was reckless, not just on the day of his death. Then you took concrete steps to get rid of evidence and repeatedly lied to police. While many remember Perry for his role as Chandler Bing, his family remembering him as their son and brother, as they deal with an unimaginable loss.
These are the kind of wounds that don't heal.
And in addition to his nearly 3.5 years and supervised release, Iwamasa will have to pay a $10,000 fine. He's ordered to self-surrender for his sentence by July 17th. And the sentences for the others involved in Perry's death range from 3 years probation to 15 years in prison for the so-called ketamine queen. Savannah.
Praying for peace for their family, Camila. Thank you very much.
A former CIA officer with top secret level clearance has been accused of secretly stashing millions of dollars in gold bars in his home. David Rush is charged with criminal theft of public money. According to an affidavit, Rush requested and received a significant quantity of foreign currency and tens of millions of dollars in gold bars for, quote, work-related expenses. Federal officials raided his home last week and seized more than 300 gold bars with an estimated value of more than $40 million. His lawyers have not responded to a request for comment.
And to the French Open now, and what was clearly the shot of the day came between a match between Novak Djokovic and Valentin Royer. Take a look.
He did it. He did it. Pulled it off. He did it, Brian.
Yeah, nailed it. The around the net shot. And if you're wondering, yeah, you can do that. It's perfectly legal. If you can do that, the ball does not have to go over the net, the rules say. It just has to land in bounds. And if you're the opponent, all you can do is just tip the hat.
Joker out there looking like Savannah Guthrie on a weekend.
Please, as if. I mean, it's pretty cool. Right? The only other shot I love more than that is the tweener.
What's the tweener?
The tweener's when they're like running and their back is faced and they hit it between their legs. Tweener.
Too.
You
pulled off a tweener.
No, I did not. I barely get it over the net.
See, Daly, what you working on, buddy?
All right, guys, we got a lot going on. A pop star on the way. Must-see look at Steven Spielberg's next blockbuster in the making called Disclosure Day. More in Pop Star.
But first, a tanning trend. It is exploding on social media. If you have a teen or tween, you've probably seen this. Suddenly, kids are all about the sun exposure. They don't care about sunscreen. Some even checking the daily UV index to get the most light. Vicky's here with what's driving this trend and, of course, the lifelong damage it can cause right after this.
And welcome back. This morning on Your Health, a troubling trend among teenagers laying out in the sun to tan without using sunscreen.
So-called tanfluencers are all the rage on social media, and doctors say the health effects can be grim.
Yeah, the 80s called, right? NBC's Vicky Wynn's been looking into this. We noticed this with our tween girls. Suddenly they're looking for the sun and they don't want the sun protection.
Yeah, this was a great idea. I'm glad we're looking into it, and it's happening everywhere. Consider this. According to the National Institutes of Health, melanoma, skin cancer, it is now one of the most common cancers in young adults. Surveys show that many Gen Zers are totally unaware of the risks of tanning, and more than half say they don't apply sunscreen when they're in the sun. We spoke with teens and doctors about what's fueling this trend that's starting younger and younger, and how tanning can lead to serious health issues much sooner than expected.
Remember the days when everyone baked in the sun?
Now nothing will come between you and the sun, because Ultimate Sun Oil has no sunscreens.
In the 80s, teens using everything from oils to foil to get that deep, dark tan. And now, despite decades of research showing the risks, it's back in style.
I do tan pretty frequently.
On social media, teens showing off their tans, misinformation spreading like wildfire.
I noticed when I would wear sunscreen, I would end up getting more burnt than when I wouldn't wear sunscreen at all.
Tan lines now a teen status symbol. Even Beyonce's 14-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy, sporting them at this year's Met Gala.
What prompted you to become obsessed with tanning?
I think it's like seeing all like these girls on TikTok, and like it's also kind of like a beauty standard, like, oh, this girl has such nice tan lines. Look at how tan she can get.
For 14-year-old Isabella and her 12-year-old sister Alexa, tanning has become a way of life.
I just like having tan lines, and I don't like being pale because I think that being tan makes me look better.
The girls and their friends even check the UV index, grabbing rays whenever they can, then posting their results.
What is your routine when you go out in the sun?
The Saturday before Mother's Day, the UV was like 6, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna put on any sunscreen, like it's fine. So I went outside and I like put on like a lot of tanning oil, and I was sitting out there for like 6 hours, and I was literally a lobster. I was in so much pain.
Their mom, Erin, says getting them to wear sunscreen is a battle.
This one over here, I was like, are you wearing your sunscreen? Because her face would be like burnt to a crisp. And she's like, no, Mom, I'm wearing it. But she clearly was not putting it on.
In fact, nearly 2/3 of high schoolers report getting sunburned at least once a year. And more than half of Gen Zers believe myths, like getting a base tan protects you from burning.
We're seeing an increase in tanning bed use, which is really heartbreaking. We know that the majority of damage to our skin occurs before the age of 18.
Dr. Dendi Engelman is a board-certified dermatologist. To show the impact tanning can have on teen skin, we had her do UV face scans on Isabella and Alexa, and the results were enlightening.
Close your eyes.
At just 12 years old, Alexa's face already showing signs of significant sun damage.
Alexa, what do you think when you see that picture?
I'm really scared.
I think a lot of people are shocked when they get in here because superficially your skin looks beautiful, very smooth and not damaged, and you're young. But over time, you know, this is going to break down collagen. It predisposes you to DNA damage, which then can lead to skin cancer.
Isabella's scan, just as concerning.
This coalescing of hyperpigmentation through here, that could be a skin cancer spot over time because it's already showing signs of aging.
Girls, what do you think when you hear Dr. Dendi explaining what happens when you don't protect your skin?
I'm definitely gonna apply sunscreen a lot more.
I'm like in shock because I knew I would have some, but I didn't think it would be that bad.
I'm really happy that we did this exercise because now when I tell especially Alexa to wear sunscreen, she'll listen to me. I'm excited for us to teach everyone about the importance of wearing sunscreen.
Those scans were so eye-opening. Experts say you should always wear a sunscreen of at least SPF 30 with broad spectrum coverage, and mineral sunscreens work the fastest. They block the UV rays as soon as they're applied. If your teen is obsessed with being tan, experts say get them a self-tanner. Lots available right now that give you that bronze look without the risk of sun damage or skin cancer, guys.
This is really hitting home.
Yeah.
I deal with this. I have a 13-year-old. I think last Saturday, she wanted to go to the mall with her friends, and they checked the UV, and they opted to not go to the mall
so they could
tan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're very into their tan lines and the type of tan line. I was shocked at this because I was like, this is how we were in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah, and we know
put
better.
like baby
I didn't
oil.
think they sold like suntan oil anymore.
They do without SPF, and that's a thing. Also, the tanning beds is a major concern for dermatologists.
I didn't even know tanning beds were still. Is there an age at which you should start taking your kids to a dermatologist?
If you have a family history of skin cancer, experts recommend right around 12 or 13. That's when they should be going for annual visits to start recognizing the signs and symptoms of skin cancer.
I gotta be honest with you.
But a strong SPF would be the quick fix for this.
100%.
Go out in the sun, lie out,
And then
protect yourself.
reapply. But you try to do with your kids, and then they want to go swim, and you're like, when they get to a certain age, they don't want you to lather them up.
I think you've got to show them the scans and help them see that, like, it might look fine on top, but underneath what
But see, they don't want the sun. They want the tan. They want the line.
Yeah.
That's all because of social
But what
media.
about 20
They want to
years?
look like the girl they see on TikTok. That's what it all boils
But what about
down
20
to.
years later when they
don't care about down the road.
Yeah. They don't. Social media.
Social media.
The original sin.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, thank you so much.
That's your latest weather. Time for a darker version of Pop Start.
All right, what? Oh, yeah. Now without any SPF. Here we go. We're going to start with Steven Spielberg. The famed director is treating us to a new trailer for his upcoming sci-fi film, Disclosure Day.
This is a story about us. All of us.
Good morning, Kansas City.
Up against the most extraordinary event in human history.
This 79-year cover-up of the truth has to end.
We're interrupting our coverage.
How will disclosure change us? I believe for the better. Of our capacity.
I'm in. I don't know what's going on there, but I want to see it. That Emily Blunt scene where she starts talking gibberish is so it's crazy. Spielberg himself voicing the trailer. That's interesting. The good news here, we're going to hear more all about the movie when Craig sits down with Mr. Spielberg and some of the stars of that film, including Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, and Coleman Domingo on Wednesday.
Wow. I saw it yesterday, folks. Okay. Folks are. I don't want to ruin it.
No spoilers.
It will be a summer blockbuster.
Major buzz about Emily, too.
Yes.
And her performance.
She's great.
Of course, because she's playing a weather person.
Oh, look at that.
Always comes back to the weather.
Bingo! It's like meteorologists are in a lot of things right now.
Oh, yeah, we're hot right now. We are so hot.
You are.
You are the
You're hot right
moment,
now. Next up is White Lotus, stars Laura Dern and Chris Messina. They're checking in for a new season of the hit series, and today we're getting a first look. The cast has been filming across France over the past month, and these new images show Dern and Messina in character on a red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival. Season 4 will follow a group of hotel guests and employees during that legendary event, and it's set to premiere sometime next year.
I can't wait.
All right, next up, Dolly Parton, the legendary singer, working 9 to 5. Once again, move over Buc-ee's because there's a new queen of country giving us a brand new luxury highway stop. What? That is Dolly's Tennessean travel stop. It's going to feature a fuel zone, restaurants and cafes. There's even a Doggy Parton dog park.
Wow.
And even live music from local musicians. Buc-ee's going to have to step it up.
Parton?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doggy Parton dog.
Doggy.
Yeah. Wow. Dolly's Tennessean travel stop, about an hour drive from Nashville, is going to open on June 24th.
Genius.
That is your Pop Star today, guys.
That was great.
Guys, I'm so excited. We've got the grill on out there.
chopped
We've got the
cheese.
grill dads right out there. Mark
they are.
Day. Burgers and chopped cheese.
Come on.
What do you mean chopped?
No wonder Pop Star's so short today.
It's a thing.
I love it. Jenna, cheese.
I like
Okay, I know.
Gotta
But
salt.
first, your local
Like
news
queso.
and weather.
Gotta season it. They know what they're doing.
I do.
They're pros.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're excited. It's June almost.
It's almost June, and y'all are gonna love this pick. My June pick is The Children by Melissa Albert. I loved this book so much. It's her debut adult novel, and not since Donna Tartt's The Secret History have I loved a book filled with such magic and mystery. In it, we meet estranged siblings whose mother is like a beloved fantasy writer.
Okay.
Think like J.K. Rowling, okay?
Ooh,
She's
okay.
created created this series, and she spent their childhood weaving their lives into her stories before a mysterious fire leaves them questioning what was real and what only existed in the pages of her books. This is a layered, haunting, adult fairy tale, and asks the questions, what weight do our childhood memories hold? I loved this book. You will love it. You will buy it. You will read it so fast. It is out next week. So go scan that QR code or head today.com/readwithjenna to pre-order your copy and read with us. And don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter to stay up to date on our picks and events. This one
love
is,
it.
and you match.
I was going to say, I tried to match. What do you think?
matched the book.
Yes, I matched the book, Jenna. Thank you. Coming up next, we are going to catch up with our friends, Bodie and Morgan Miller. They're joining us to share an important message for families on water safety as we head into summer. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back 8:37, marking National Water Safety Month with our friends Bodie and Morgan Miller. The 6-time Olympic medalist and his wife lost their 19-month-old daughter, Emmy, to drowning in 2018. And in the years since, they have turned an unimaginable loss into a mission. And they're here this morning with what every parent needs to know as the summer season gets underway. Bodie and Morgan, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I always love being with you, and I'm always just marveling at how you have turned your grief from the very first moments into this mission, because you want to make sure all of us parents have this information. First of all, just catch us up on the family. You have little baby Scarlett, who's 4, and your kids go all the way up to 18.
Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're amazing. One's going off to college next year, which is wild. Scarlett is hanging in there with all of her big brothers. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we're getting into the summer months, and it's that moment where the pool's open, and you guys have always made the point that this is the #1 killer of children under 5, and yet you almost never hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was probably a benefit of sort of this topic, was that it was so obviously under talked about, underappreciated, from pediatricians to families, and it can be an uncomfortable topic, and a lot of people avoid it naturally, but we're really trying to bring that to the forefront, as well as like some logical things. I mean, you know, Morgan's done some amazing stuff around kind of the talking points of how you can bring this stuff up, and that's been really great, I think, just so that people can have the conversation amongst each other. But we've also tried to attack it at sort of a systemic level, because I think systems aren't doing the best job that they could be, especially in that area.
One of the things people may not realize, and this is certainly what happened with Emmy, is that most drownings happen not around pool time, not even around a pool party. It's really when it's not expected and your guard is down. Can you explain?
Well, as you said, drowning is the #1 cause of death still for children under the age of 5, and is completely preventable. And I think having all the information to really understand what we're looking for is so important for parents. And 69% of drownings happen during a non-swim time. So when your child is in the playroom and you are hanging out with your friends, family, that is the time that they are most likely to get into that sort of danger, whether it's a dog bowl, a toilet, a bathtub, a pool. It really is any body of water. So being very aware of your surroundings and all the water that they could potentially get into is so important, especially when you are not at a pool party, when you are just at home doing your everyday things like switching laundry.
Yeah, a lot of people rely on floaties, and I know you guys feel like it's complicated about whether those are a good way to protect your child against drowning.
Right. Well, I mean, I think obviously they are if you're putting them on. But then it puts the kid in a position where, especially young kids, they think they can just jump in and float. It puts them in a vertical position in the water, which is untenable for them. So, I mean, when you think of 3/4 of these drowning accidents and deaths happen when you're not intending to swim, that's the time when they wouldn't have the floaty on, and you've pre-conditioned them to think they can just hop in the water. And I think that's the risk there. And again, we don't want to beat anybody up for the stuff, because I think life jackets and all that are all intended to be really positive. I think we just have to have a more broad view at what is happening, what are the statistics, and how do we move those in the right direction.
I remember you telling me, Morgan, I mean, 30 seconds is all it takes for a little one like yours to drown. And you think about that increment of 30 seconds. If you had just had an extra 30 seconds, you could have saved her. So what are some of the layers of protection that you can kind of stack on top of each other?
So just as you said, you're trying to buy yourself those increments of 30 seconds because it really just, it's that little bit of time that is so important that can keep them here. And so it's a lock on your door, it's a pool fence, it's a pool cover. There's alarms that you can install. But one of the things for us that was huge was giving a child efficacy within the water. So the rule in our house is if you can crawl, you must be able to float. If you can walk, you must be able to swim. And the AAP has now moved the recommendation from 4 to 1 because they are starting to realize
kids should start getting swimming lessons.
When they should start getting swim lessons, because they are recognizing that their efficacy of being able to manage water and understand what it's like to be in water is so important.
Is that Scarlett right there? Is that your babe? Yeah. So when she was 6 months old, I remember talking to you about that then, and you guys deciding we're going to teach her to swim, first to float, then to swim. But how scary that is. And also, you know, we feel I took my little ones to swim lessons. They don't like it. They cry, they fuss. And so a lot of parents are like, am I traumatizing them? Well, what's your answer to that?
It's the same thing. You know, car accidents used to be the #1 cause of death, and we put car seats in now. And how many times have we put a child in a car seat and they have kicked and screamed and cried as we try and buckle them in? But we do it because we know it's the right thing, and we know it's going to keep them safe. That's their way of communicating that they're uncomfortable. But sometimes it's important for them to learn these things. It's very important for them to learn these things because it's what's going to keep them alive.
Well, we're always glad to have you here. I'm so glad the family is doing well. Thank you for using your voices in such an important way.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
All right, Bodie and Morgan Miller, thank you so much. Carson, over to you.
All right, guys, that was a great conversation. Great to have the Millers here, as usual. Thanks, Savannah. We got a great thing happening out here because the sun is out. People want to start grilling. So, therefore, we brought in the best of the best. The grill dads are here, Mark and Faye, on the plaza. We're cooking outside. They got the secrets for a steakhouse quality burger. Wait till you see this thing. You'll be able to do it in your own backyard. But first, this is Today on NBC. All right, welcome back this morning on Today Food. The unofficial start of summer arrived, of course, with Memorial Day. It is time to officially fire up the grill, and there's no one better than that here than America's favorite grill dads. We're talking about Mark Anderson and Ryan Fay. These best-selling cookbook authors are here to take our grilling this summer to the next level and tell us also all about the new show called Grillin' After Dark, which focused on bold flavors and elevated takes on some classic guys. Always good to see you. Who gave you a TV show?
I don't. We have no idea.
This is
somebody who had run out of options.
Everybody says, oh, the business is going away, and you guys got a show.
Well, yeah,
That's amazing.
We're not sure how or why, but we're really happy to have it. So
it's the same question our moms asked us when we told them.
So what's the vibe on the show?
It's late night. It's at night. It's dark. We're drinking. We're having fun, but we're grilling the food that you would get after you'd been out for a long day.
The stuff you would order in.
Something you'd order on Grubhub and hope it shows up before you pass out.
And that sounds like the perfect.
I mean, you're not too unfamiliar with that territory.
No,
right?
I would greenlit that in the room. No problem.
He's our executive producer
about my life. You're going to put it on TV? Great.
No, it's great. It's on Tastemade, so we're having a great time.
We got the eaters over there. We're all excited when you get here. I'm going to shut up. Just walk us through. All
right, Mark.
Because we got the steak burger here, too.
Now, don't be too long-winded, pal.
Yeah, well, you're interrupting.
Okay, here we go.
So anyway, the steak burger is 10 ounces of ground steak. So you think Peter Luger and Red Hook, two of our favorite burgers on the planet. This is an inspiration from both of those, and we're kind of drafting off of the recipe from Red Hook. So this isn't low quality ground beef you get in a
high quality burger.
So this is dry aged New York strip and hanger steak, which is a crazy combination. And we grind those up and make 10-ounce patties. Now, if you don't have a grinder, don't want to get into that, a really good butcher will do this for you.
Okay.
And if not, just get a steakhouse blend at a high-end grocery store.
Okay. I love the sacrifice you're making.
Right, the sacrifice.
To go out of the steak world into a burger, but for that bite, it's worth it.
So
there it is, your monster one-inch
This is
patty.
huge. So we're using kosher salt, which is on the milder side, and this is a giant burger. So this is going to probably look like a lot of salt, but in reality, it's not.
All right, I'm going to do some fries while you're talking.
Yeah, you're going to make some fries.
All right, I'm going to go get this on the flat top real quick.
Okay.
So you probably should wash that down with this, too.
I will definitely wash it down. Well, on the fries here, anything just noteworthy? I know we're in oil, thin sliced potato.
We finally have a reason to use the crinkled part of your mandolin. That's never been used before.
Gotcha.
So We blanch these to get the excess starch out. We cook them on low at 300 to cook them through.
Yep.
And then we throw them back in at 350 at
That's
the
a double
end.
fry.
Double fry, super crisp.
Love it. All right, and so for the steak
Hey,
burger,
you
we
go
got a
3
bun,
times if you want,
onion,
Craig. Man,
cheese.
you're a oyster.
Yes. So
How do you cook the center of that, it being so thick? What's the key there?
So it's a medium heat, and it
Flat
stays
top.
on the flat top the whole time. And there's some beef tallow on there.
So you want
and
that kind of a sear.
And beef tallow
What do you
renders
like
out.
about the beef tallow?
It's got a high smoke point, so it doesn't burn, which is nice. But it also is another opportunity to add extra beef flavor to the burger.
All right, fair enough.
More beef.
More
Guys,
beef.
how is the steak burger?
How do you recommend biting into it gracefully?
One bite at a time. There's nothing graceful about that burger, though.
Yeah,
nothing graceful.
All right, why don't you start us off with the
Bodega?
chopped cheese?
All right, chopped cheese. All right, now that we've finished the steakhouse burger, this is inspired by our friends downtown in the village, Brown Bag Sandwich Company. Jillian and Tony, they make they have an amazing shop. So this is something that I loved when I first moved here. I would get a bodega sandwich after some questionable decisions, and I would put.
Haven't we all?
This is you literally every corner in New York you get this. So we're gonna season this liberally again with diamond kosher salt. All right, this is a pretty easy technique. You're gonna put some raw onions on here as well. You're gonna crisp these up. So what you're doing is basically making a deconstructed cheeseburger on a flat top. Okay, very simple stuff. Why is it called a chopped cheese, Mark?
Because you chop it and it has cheese.
See, I gave him an easy one. I gave him an easy one.
No wonder you
got
guys have
a show.
In fact, I got it. Steak?
These
or
are
is it different?
Well, this is different. This is like a cheeseburger chop.
Oh, okay.
On a flat
So it's the
top.
ground beef cousin of a cheese
Right.
steak.
Okay.
Right,
Related.
the cousin.
Thank you.
So actually, these recipes can be found on the Tastemade cooking app, which is awesome. So we were able to put these on there.
Also, today.com/food.
That's exactly right. Thank you.
I could eat that burger with a knife and a fork, just the burger. Like it's so good.
It's so good.
It's super simple. Just onion, no ketchup, no sauces.
Right, you don't need
that's
anything.
it.
So through the
I
magic,
don't even like the bun.
the
I just
magic
want
of
the burger.
TV, I'm going to show you this. We're going to put some cheese on this real quick. If you notice, I made a line down the middle here. I'm going to put some American cheese on here. This is an amazing roll that Katie got for us, which is awesome. Look at this. Now, you can't outcook a bad roll. So you want to get, is that the right phrase? How do you say that? I said it wrong. Anyway, you want to get a good roll. That's the point. There we go. Put this on there. Let it go. We're running out of time.
No, I got a minute.
We good? We got a minute.
1 minute.
Bodega
The
sauce.
sauce, by the
All
way.
right, sauce. Bodega sauce.
You got a TV show.
We do have a TV show.
Yeah,
Grown After
we'll be
Dark.
watching it.
We'll be watching it. All right, ketchup, mayo, salt, pepper, pickle juice, tomato,
I'll
not
throw
tomato, hot sauce,
Pickle juice.
garlic, and we've got some mustard. I don't know if I can even put this one
Just
in.
regular old yellow mustard.
Regular yellow mustard, don't need much. This is your bodega sauce. You put it in the cool squeezy like that. And then this is the output. You build your, I actually like to put a little of this down first. And we put some lettuce down here. All right, let's put some tomato on here.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, it's so good. This is what makes it kind of the burger. We've got some of these really delicious peppers that we can put down if you want to make it a little bit spicy. I love a little bit of hot
Is
sauce.
chopped
at the
cheese a
end.
thing outside of New York? Like,
No.
is it?
No,
it's not really,
it's
right?
really exclusive to here.
I
It
didn't
is
have
on
it in
the
California.
internet. Everyone loves to watch
Yeah.
the videos, but you can't get it anywhere.
You guys have a
here.
chopped cheese like in Arizona?
No, I didn't
It's a
know
real
that.
New York
Not
thing.
at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just a really bodega thing in New York.
You got to know where to go in the back.
By
and
the way,
get it.
even
With
if
the
you're
stray
eating
cats.
this at home,
Yeah, exactly.
wrap it up because it like steams itself into a unified goodness in there.
All these recipes, you head to today.com/food. But you knew that. Be sure and check out the boys' new show, Grillin' After Dark,
Like that.
on Tastemade. Love that. Thank you, guys. Good to see you.
Congratulations.
Feel like summer's
Thank you.
officially here. We're back in a minute, but first, this is Today on NBC.
Discovered you, right?
Yeah, you did.
Craig, you were out with some of your. We think that we're your closest friends,
No.
but you have even closer
I
friends.
do.
Who was it last night? Late night with who?
Late night with some of our little furry friends, Mr. Daly.
Oh.
Check it out.
Elmo, tonight we get to do something we never get to do.
Really? What is it?
Stay up past our 8 p.m. bedtime.
Ooh, really? Cool.
Yes, I mean, you know, work's gonna be tough tomorrow, but who cares?
We're staying up late. Yes.
Elmo was up later than
That's
me.
right. You hosted Sesame's Workshop annual gala last night. It's their largest fundraiser of the year, working to provide essential resources for children and families all around the world. Great work doing that. How was the night?
Dude, they were all there. Big Bird was there.
All the
Snuffy
gangs.
was there.
Oh, great shot.
Rover was there.
I bet they can party too.
Abby was up late.
Oh, I love Abby.
Yeah,
She's my girl.
That
Oh,
was,
look at that
That
hug.
was. I told Big Bird
Oh,
after
look at that. Oh, Hoda was there.
Hoda was there.
Your beautiful wife, Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay. Like it was a fun night.
You guys raised a lot of money last night.
Raised a lot of money, and we were talking about this. What Sesame Street does and has done for generations, nothing short of remarkable.
Yeah.
So I was.
And how they've evolved and kept up with the times and tackled certain social issues and to manage, to explain that to children. They've just been incredible. So good work.
We grew up on it. Kids are growing up, still growing up on it. So thank you.
Good for you.
Thank you,
It's
my
beautiful.
friend.
Good night.
Well done.
Thank you
so
Good night.
much.
Abby doesn't have to wake up at the crack of dawn like you do.
No, she's not. No,
They're still sleeping over there at Sesame Street.
My headline is Big Bird is big. Yes, so big. We're back with our third and fourth hours, but first check your local news and weather.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.